because what we've seen on the markets, there's been a lot of initial enthusiasm for SPACs. Some of that has now faded, and this deal yet to be properly executed in terms of bringing a Universal Music Group to market in an IPO. So do you think time has sort of escaped perishing at this point?
I don't think that's really the case. I mean, you go through windows opening and shutting. The fact of the matter is, the SPAC market just had way too much supply, too much momentum, oversupply, earlier this year. I mean, you had, even to date with the deep freeze that's going on for the past several months, you still have had 345 SPACs this year. We're not even halfway done with the year, and, over $100 billion. So that had to be digested. But I think SPACs are going to be a permanent part of the landscape, and I think there'll be time here. So I don't think it's out of time. It's just a function of being able to articulate a story, how you're going to take this asset and create returns for public investors.
Michael, I don't get SPACs for general investors. I get them for sponsors. I get them for the people behind them. Look, you've been a very, very successful tech investor. Facebook, Twitter, Snap, Dropbox, you name it as well. You've done it. That's fine. Why do people need a SPAC to actually get better returns from their investments? My issue with SPACs is it's all about the sponsor and not about the other people getting involved. The sponsors get, 20, 25, 30% from a very limited investment, whereas actually the other investors, they're the ones who are going to have to pay for that.
I think SPACs were really a response to a broken IPO market that frankly has been going through structural changes over the last 20 years. And I think you're going to see SPACs evolve into to an alignment where everybody has to win, because that's not sustainable. If you had, a couple, two of the three groups win, meaning the sponsor, maybe the bank, but the investors don't. That doesn't work. So I think you're going to continue to see adjustments. I think when you have, the real key is that the sponsor adds real value, not only to create a transaction, but to create value and growth after the company is actually public. Putting that scenario together, and I think it can make a lot of sense because you still have a broken IPO market. I think direct listings are another response to it. That only works for some companies. So SPACs, I mean, it's not going to be 700 SPACs this year and into the future. I mean, I do think we will go SPAC into the future, to use the phrase, but the bottom line is there are going to be changes, and I think the sponsor group has to be a really value-added sponsor group, and these SPACs have been done already, need to be digested, and you're going to have some real winners for investors.